Hey!
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Hans. Good morning, Leisha. How are things going?
Pretty well. How are you?
Wonderful.
I hear some music in the background and I can't make it stop.
Where's it coming from? Is it from me or Justin? Is it from?
Are you also smelling burnt toast, Andrew? Because that would be kind of
No, I hear the music playing, but it's not stopping.
I wonder if
Not from me. Justin, can you figure out where that's from?
No, hold on. Maybe, do I have another? Sorry, guys. Sorry for the technical issues here. There, it's over.
Oh.
Now it's restarting again. Can you hear that or am I crazy?
No, it's playing for sure.
Okay.
soundtrack of our lives.
Yeah. I'm trying. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make the music stop.
Maybe we can
Everyone's
turn
gonna
it
hate
down.
it by the time we get
I
started.
know, dude.
It's just on a loop.
Justin's here. I think he can.
Well, he was just on a cruise, you know. He's
Christian was, yeah, not Justin.
Oh, Justin. Hold on. It stopped.
That it?
Okay, good.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, everybody. You know what?
Vicky, woohoo!
Live TV. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday. It is Monday. What do we have for holidays coming?
We have Juneteenth is next Thursday.
Juneteenth is a holiday, right? That's
Yeah.
coming. Summer is on its way. I actually had a warm day in Maine. Hopefully everybody is doing well. How about Leisha's Oost trade last week?
Woohoo! Gotta love it.
I have to say that was pretty sweet.
Very nice. Let's do another one.
I'm running around
The
my
winner,
yard with a
Andrew.
pitchfork.
The winner.
Looking for more trades. Oh
Yes,
yeah,
Kathy.
Hans had the little off-handed Microsoft one. Yeah, that stock went on a tear too. That's
Yeah.
actually the really only big cap stock I still have. I have a little Google. I'm holding Microsoft, and Nvidia is just a dip buyer. But today, so we all have. So this is how the show works. So you guys know, we send out picks. Normally, Mark is here as well, and he's hosting the show. But since I'm the oldest guy, I guess I'll do the old guy job for doing it.
Actually,
And,
I'm the oldest, I think.
um,
But we'll let you do it. You've been here the longest.
I've been here the longest. So anyway, so we sent out picks, stocks we like for the week and stocks we don't like. So first, we'll let everybody. I'll do my pick last. As far as and then we'll kind of see what looks like we have the best looking trade, because we talked about these last week, and then I want to see how they've kind of percolated. Last week, the Oost had really that had the granddaddy. So so that was a nice little one. So Leisha, you want to start, ladies first? And if you share your screen
Sure.
and you give us what your two picks were and your reasons for them.
Sure. We have a storm right now, and I think I'm going in and out. But
Okay, all right.
yes.
If you want,
Here
I
we
can.
go.
Okay, cool.
Just let me know if I kind of
Yeah, you're doing good. So far.
Reddit. I like Reddit. Now I know the what is this? The 200 day. I think it's just above here. Yes, but as you can see, most recently Reddit was stopped a little bit here, but it's kind of just sliced through the 200 day. So our MACD's bullish. Our RSI is bullish. Put a little trend line there. I like Reddit to revisit up here these previous highs, 126, and then maybe even up here, 132. I like Reddit. That was my bullish. My bearish is you. Really nice high wave doji at the top of the channel. It's the second time it's traded up there and rolled lower.
That's Unity Software, right?
Yeah. I think there'll be a little support right here. It stopped it last time, 24-ish, 24.12. I'm looking for you to come down here, 21.30, 36.
Yeah, that stock has definitely been an off and oner. Like they liked it, they thought there was takeover, and then it just.
It's a mover for sure. It's a mover.
And I know people like the product, the Unity product. I know it is a profitable company now.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time to kind of get going. It's a mover. But really
just
right now,
looking for a little pullback, Andrew, not a crash.
I hear you. That's kind of like my pick. Oh, it's kind
of hard to find with this bullishness overall. It's kind of hard to find a stock that may go down.
Oh, I know. It is very difficult. But when they disappoint, all right, I'll be quiet now and let Leisha talk.
I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, Hans.
Okay. There's going to be an echo in here because the stock I like is Reddit, but let me just give a little bit more color on this thing because I think it's an actually really, really interesting name. And I think it could kind of go both ways in a sense, but I think way up first, right? So the thing about Reddit and this new sort of phase of AI, right? This sort of, they call it the inference phase, the phase of insight being used to kind of, create value around the world. AI is kind of grabbing all this data. Right? It's scraping, which is controversial, right? Some people are saying, well, you're going behind paywalls and you're taking data that you shouldn't be able to take. And so there's all this, but then, we've seen leaders in the UK say, well, we don't want to get in the way of AI improving our lives. So they're kind of saying, well, sorry, creators, sorry, people who are charging for things. So there's going to be a little bit of a battle going on in the name of, AI expansion. But AI takes all this data and then it kind of regurgitates it and you go around in circles and it's kind of almost this like sort of closed loop in a sense, unless you get more real data. So think of Reddit as real data. Meta has this too, right? With Facebook and other parts of the business that have conversations. This is real people. Remember real people? They actually sit and talk and have conversations and don't just text each other. Okay, well, Reddit, you do type. So real people with problems and solutions. And so this is very, very coveted, right? So I think in this next phase, we know that Google already pays them something like $60 million a year. And there's, I think, a couple other companies pay them. I think they've got to strike while the iron's hot because people want the real data. I think that's part of the reason Meta is actually doing well. They are a fully encompassed AI powerhouse. They have all this, in-house kind of real data. So the demand for real data, I think, is going to continue. Now, the circular problem here is ultimately, if people just go to AI for answers, they may not go to Reddit anymore. So there's this, I think there's going to be this period of, I think they can kind of get in the way of that, right? And I think they're facing that. They can do, I think they need to get out and get these long-term contracts and say, listen, you want our data? You're going to pay us $300 million. And I think they can turn this into a real big payday and then evolve their product in order to take advantage of the new AI environment. So I think it's a very interesting, almost under the radar opportunity from the standpoint of there aren't many companies like this with all this super juicy real data. So that's one I really, really like. And I think it's got at least a medium term potential upside boost to it. Now, the one I don't like is Upwork. So I've been talking about AI a lot, and we've got some cool things brewing behind the scenes here at Option Pit. So stay tuned. It's gonna be really, really cool. And one of the names that I added, I wish I gave you guys this name last week because I put it in Turbo Income. So in Turbo Income, you get all kinds of cool stuff. I bought an NBIS call that is up 75% in like 4 days. So I wish that was my trade, but it's a little bit more speculative, right? It's kind of that poor man's kind of digital data center play. But anyway, the Microsoft did fine. But as we talk about AI, we're going to realize that the disruption is going to extend to many things that aren't going to maybe do well, right? So a stock like Upwork, think of what they do. They connect freelancers. They're just a middleman. They don't own any of the intel or the IP. They just connect people, and freelancing jobs like design, coding, translation, copywriting, graphics, things like that. Well, guess what? AI can do a lot of those things. And so I think it's very difficult, kind of like the education area, right? Like, what's the company called? Chegg or something like that. It's going to be really, really tough once AI takes over. And, AI can be my child's tutor, learn everything about him, doesn't get confused, doesn't make mistakes, figures out exactly where he needs to focus. AI tutors are going to be the thing. So if you have a business that sells AI, that sells actual tutoring, you could be in trouble. So these are the kinds of businesses I think could be in trouble as AI starts to do more of the things that they basically sell. And if they don't move their feet and figure out a way to be some sort of more important intermediary here, they're going to be in big trouble. So it's a world in flux. And sorry, I know that took a long time, but I get excited about this stuff. So back to you, Andrew.
That was all very good.
I think so. I don't know, Andrew, maybe you could come up with something, but it's a little bit risky. We don't often talk about shorting things, but I think maybe like kind of a, put on Upwork, maybe, but it'd be longer term, right? I think this is going to take some time. So this isn't something that's going to sort itself out in a week.
Right. So I have my picks were I don't know if they're as exciting. They're not as exciting. So my pick today was for Peloton. Reason why I wrote about this probably a couple weeks ago. I don't even know. Did we buy some big money flow? I can't remember.
I think so.
I think possibly. I think this company is like basically it's a turnaround story. I'm long some calls in it. I'm still riding them, although I've been selling them off as it rallies. And like right now, it's valued at I think it's like $800 per customer. So that's like the value of the whole company. Like like their subscription service, all that. I think it doesn't feel like the business is like worth nothing. It looks like to me, but I think it's very cheap. And the CEO said he doesn't want to sell the company, although that ended the short-term speculation. So that's why it's up 31 cents today, which I'm not going to complain about. But from that point of view, I think it's a good, I think it's a stock to be like $10 by the end of the year.
Andrew, can AI ride my Peloton for me? Because that's what I'm really looking for. It's a lot of work.
That's an excellent question. And I think that's the thing. Like it's a live experience.
Real.
I'm picking up more live experience like TKO. I'm like buy that stock on dips. Things where if the NFL ever went public, I mean that's why they keep paying up for broadcast rights. I think in the world of AI, like the more real something is, I think the more value will be attached to it. I
agree.
Just my thought on that. Like your Reddit idea, scraping all the data. I think those are pretty great ideas. So that's my Peloton idea. So I'm adding basically more to that. I'll probably just end up with buying a couple of long-term calls, but we'll see. Now, what I'm going to go through all our stocks, and here's my short, and I think this really is more of a, and I don't like shorting stocks that are at like this low, but Lulu is, this is Lululemon, LULU, and I think the China thing, the tariff thing could give them some fits. Like they had very poor guidance, and a lot of stocks this year have. Extremely poor guidance, and they're kind of dead. So my thought on this one is it's more of a dead money stock, I guess, kind of like Leisha's Unity idea. It's like I don't think it's a scoop here, because more on the Terra thing will just keep driving the stock down to, a couple of year lows. Maybe I'm trying to look here. Like
I'm shocked that stock is $242. To be
I
quite
know, right?
for
So
yoga pants, right?
and they're not cheap yoga pants. Like
No.
everything's like $50 or $100, or they're. My sister bought me some, and there's no way I'll ever take a picture of me wearing yoga pants and a Lulu t-shirt. My daughter says I can't go out of the house with it on, basically. I can't leave the house with it on.
That's hilarious.
And my sister's crazy. Anyway, so this is my short-term pick. Now, what I will say is what I will say from Leisha and Hans's pick is I find the thing with Reddit here. Is I got to get Pearl here. I want you to notice how volatile Reddit is. And right now, I have to say I'm gonna go with where the strength is, and the trend here since this kind of bottom just recently when it dropped below 100. And how also here I'm looking at 90-day volatility average for Reddit is almost 100%. Almost 100%. Oh my gosh, hold on. Come on, Pearl. Get in. Sorry, I have a little dog. Also, don't answer your door in Lululemon. So I'm going to say here that this uptrend is very strong, but the option prices are at a relative low. So I'm in. As much as I like my Peloton, now we could, and maybe the room could, or Leisha and Hans can look at relative prices. It's one of those things like, how much do you want to spend on the option? So for Reddit, like I would prefer Leisha to look at her charts a little bit, kind of see where an upward trend is, so we can look for the right call. But to me, it's this, or I think Peloton, because it has the momentum on those two are both pretty strong. The Reddit, I just think the options are relatively inexpensive. They actually provide some good value here. So I like the market looking. I mean, you have to see this here. Like this is, I mean, should Reddit option prices be at close to 1 year lows?
There's a tad bit of skew in there too, Andrew, if we wanted to do a call vertical.
Okay. All right. So I'd like to buy like a little time like July.
Yeah, I was thinking July myself.
Yep. And like we could do it's trading 20. So we did like 30, like a 30-50 call spread would be like $4.50, something like that. So that I think kind of door number one. I think it's the easiest way. That could be. Let me see. Let me get my option prices here on that one.
You're looking at July, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at July. What is?
How about the 25-35?
Okay. That's $3.50. It's right at the money too.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Well, closer, but not.
Yep. I want it to be relatively close here. I want something that can double for us without too much.
Yeah. Right.
I think August is earnings, so you don't have earnings in there. That's good.
Yeah, and let me see here. So I've
Early
got
August.
25-35 spread is $3.30. That's a good price.
$3.30 I like.
For
Yeah.
us, it's not too bad. I like that. So here, let me get a little, do some writing, and then we'll do a little comparison here. For let me get a little piece so people can see what we're doing here. Okay. So we have, so door number one, and I got to make my final determination here. Door number one, take a look at Peloton, Leisha, on the chart. So door number one would be the buy to open RDDT July 18, 125, 135 for about $3.50 is about where I see that trading. We'll make this bigger. Okay, there's door number one. Again, a relatively low volatility stock with high move potential. It could be 125 basically in a heartbeat. And you would, again, it's a trade, not an investment, and should be relatively easy close. I'm seeing 330, 335 midpoint, 350 should fill very easily on that. And door number two is, Leisha, what do you have for like just a range in
Peloton?
looking at a pitchfork for Peloton, if you could pull that up.
Yeah, sure. Let me switch us again.
I'm just
Peloton
going there has been very strong.
Peloton's giving me some nice green on the MTI, Andrew. I got to say, I haven't seen green on this thing since
2020.
yeah, it's 2020, right? No, since December. December it gave us a little bit, but it was, yeah, it's been pretty blood red for a good period in between there. So
that previous high, just going back recently, 777 on May 27th, that may be a little bit of resistance there, but above there, 834. And if it really wants to kick in and trade to the top of the pitchfork, we have like 9.5, 960.
So if we're looking at let's say if we went to August, like an August 8 call is about 90 cents.
I like that.
August 8 call is 90 cents. Again, I like more long-term for this kind of thing. So I guess that's really door number two here. Because again, that's decaying at about a penny a day.
I like
so very, very low decay. The Reddit spread too, very, very low decay. So door number two.
I like giving Peloton that room to really try to, carry it to 9.
Okay. And I think that would be, let's see here. If we go 9, our 8s will probably get to a double on those, the 8 calls. Yeah. It's a hard one, which risk reward wise, which I like better. I almost feel like I want to get my sharpshooter sheet out for the two, but
Peloton had a nice upward sloping channel, Alicia, since looking at March 31st. Yeah, nice. If you can get about
calls are very close to the money.
We just have to clear the 777 previous high.
All right. Yanksta says do both. Can't do both. One has to reign supreme. August. What's the August? I want to get the correct August date. It's August 15, 8 calls for 86 cents.
Surf Dancing Hogan says that's not green on Peloton, it's rust.
Patina with character.
Yeah, everybody just hangs their clothes on it, right?
I might be the only person that actually uses my Nordic Track daily. It's like I found that to be the best thing. And I feel like if I could do that, I could do anything.
Is that rowing, Andrew? Is that rowing?
No, it's just cross-country skiing.
Oh, cool.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go with the Reddit the Peloton this time. I went with Leisha last week, although Leisha and Hans agreeing is very strong.
Well, we do have. It's okay, Andrew. We can revisit Reddit because we do have the 200-day just above here.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I want to see it confirm exactly.
Okay.
So
And I'm
Peloton's
going.
safer at the moment.
Right. So, I mean, we're only spending 86 cents. I'll be a sport. You could buy whatever, buy two, but I'm trying to give you like relative, so your trades are relatively the same price. So I think we'll put this out as our trade in our portfolio. And can everybody see? Oh, can you go back to the screen,
Yes. Yes.
Christian or Justin? Just my screen so people can see the trade. There we go. So this one might be a little early. Again, I think this is a great stock. This is one that I accumulate below $100. So I think it's a great stock to own. I like Hans's look on it. I like Leisha's look on it. I like the price performance of Peloton and the fact that it being a new stock again, $10 double digit, institutions start to like it again. And there's growth in this. We'll just call it the anti-AI, right? This is the real people stocks where you have to, the value of having real stuff is going to keep going up. So here is our stock, and I'll put this in the portfolio. And where are we here? Portfolio. All right. Do you guys have any closing thoughts before we leave today here? We got 0.86 cents. We don't know a trade idea. I guess this is 17. And I think a target for this, I would like an easy double. So I'm going to say around $1.60. Again, stock $10, no problem.
Yeah, I like it.
And on we go. I think I got everything I need here. Oh, buy to. I have to say buy to open, not BTO. Buy to open. Okay. All right.
Nice.
I'll be at Delta Strike today for people that are at Delta Strike, Rip Zone Pro. Oh my gosh, weekly profit cycles. Anything you guys want to add today for the end of the day?
Who's doing Delta Strike, Hans or you and I?
Hans, are you doing it today?
I think I'm doing it today. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Okay. Hans is. I was totally wrong. So you guys are lucking out. You guys get me and Leisha this week. All right. Well, I guess that's it for the Ticker Highlight Show. Hey, check out a Game Plan if you haven't checked it out. Check out Option Shopper for Leisha if you want to actually learn how to do charts. I'm not the person to ask. Leisha definitely is. And Hans, if you want to learn how to structure trades for income, I believe he's been kicking butt since he got here, like a Canadian butt kicker. Not like the Maple Leafs, but somebody. And I guess that's it for me.
No others.
Anyway, you guys, hey, have a good day and join us later. Bye-bye.
See you guys.